hello, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're gonna watch this German English on the Google report. I am wearing my special hat today. Is my Ole Torero hat. And I want to talk German English. We're getting hit from both sides, every side, back, front, bottom, top. We get hit by the spiritual grease monkeys. Spiritual grease monkeys, that's what I call them, spiritual grease monkeys. And I have had much history von lange her before, many years before I was a little boy. And the spiritual grease monkeys had beautiful robes and hats on an angle like that. You know, hats standing up. Like these spiritual grease monkeys had all different hats. Not torero. Ole! Not torero hats. Jedenfalls, meine spiritual grease monkey comment, rational again, it's very rational. The grease monkeys that fuss around with our spiritual beings. And the Catholics is my background, the Ratzingermann, this pedophile endorser. He himself must also be in the basement in the Vatican, have the children, I'm sure. This Ratzinger fellow is pedophile because he lets all the pedophiles go. He endorses it. Nobody gets thrown in the clink for this. Yeah, spiritual voodoo is what he practices. Spiritual voodoo against us. Yeah, ooh, voodoo, pins in our bodies. Okay, there is your religious, you know. Then you have the low liars, the bottom feeders like the Jimmy Swaggarts or the Jim Bakker types. Those evangelists, the Hin persons, these crooks. See, they are total spiritual crooks. They don't even practice much voodoo, they just want your money. Now, here comes a little more subtle point. This is sometimes a little difficult because there are some people I like, and this is an anomaly in me too, because I look for the flaw in these people as well, because you have to practice your own wisdom through the understanding of your own body, of your own mind, of your own heart. You must practice. And here is another spiritual grease monkey, and there are quite a number of them out there. They hide behind science. Science, of course, scientists would never say we are interested in your soul. The spiritual grease monkeys they want to dig part of your soul, that inner part of you that is sacred. It should not be defiled by you or anyone else by meddling. Anyway, you have the spiritual grease monkey could be manchmal auch ein scientist type, or somebody who has definite insight, like the guru, like the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, or the Sai Baba guru type, or some guru types, what other is the Krishnamurti, who said, no, I don't want to be a guru, no, go away, because he understood. Don't bug me with your guru shit, because I don't want to be your spiritual grease monkey, because there's nothing to be fixed. And there is nothing to be understood with your mind that is going to help you become a better person. I don't believe that. Now, if you go into big intellectual explanations about the meaning of the universe, how it works, and I'm going to refer again to someone I listen to, I'm not getting too much more interested now. I'm weaning myself away from this Clif high. He just left the voodoo about the chakra. He's talking about the chakra. He's being my spiritual grease monkey. 22 trillion times a second vibration. Beep, 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 beep. That's really fast. I can't even. Is that, how fast is that? That's got to be really, really fast. So he talks about the vibrations, and it's all part of a mental picture he's creating for us, facilitating You know, we blow our pistons and the engine, we lift the header off, we go in, takes the old piston out, puts a new piston in. Now, this is information I imagine, you know, again, Kugel report, irrational. There is rationality in what Clif says, but it's totally irrational. Number one, he claims he has experienced the vision of chakras around people and has his own experience with this. And now everything comes back to some sort of functioning of these energy zones within us. Yes, of course, we're spiritual beings. But I don't want no spiritual grease monkey putzing around with my energies, even in the brain, in the mind. So here's my point. Okay, shall I come to my point? Shall I come to my point? My point is this. You can have all the fancy ideas you want. If you end up not improving your life in this dimension of material world, diese Welt ist Materium. It's like boom, 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 boom. Out, that hurts. If you cannot apply somehow the better life for yourself and your fellow human being and creatures and everything the world supply, it is of no value. What value is it for you to know that the universe vibrates in essence at 22 trillion times? Big number. Eine big number. What's the point? What's the point? I come back, yes, it's an exercise. It's an exercise that makes stimulation. I have many other forms of stimulation I like too. However, the mind, as Clif speaks, has much stimulation with his thoughts. But what's the point? Honestly, what's the point of knowing the universe vibrates at 22 trillion times? Besides, he can't prove it. Show me. Show me. He says there is no light in this dimension of understanding and consciousness. And what is consciousness? Consciousness is made up of a lot of nothing. That's what I say. Consciousness is made up of a lot of nothing. And we have to practice out of that knowledge that simplicity is the most complex notion that we have. So going into the complexity is an error, is irrational. Simplicity. And I must come back. I always come back to this. Make yourself a better person by taking care of your fellow human being and other creatures. That is the vibration that's all the world. Everybody needs to be on. Not in some kind of high-minded, große Gedankensache. Mensch, da oben ist Gott, ist fantastisch alles. Voodoo spirituality, these grease monkeys. No. Stay out of meddling with my brain. It's very simple, people. You have to become caring for your fellow human beings. That is the most complex and brilliant thought that anybody could have at this time. You know what, maybe later we'll talk about something else, but right now, you missed the boat. If you're not working on yourself becoming a better person, a healthy person, it's all bullshit. It makes no sense. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. This is an important point that cannot be forgotten. Cannot be forgotten. The reason that a person like Ratzinger creates the voodoo spirituality that entraps us, or that the Clif High types give us this complexity explanation of the 22 trillion, is a diversion. Is a diversion that is intruding into a natural process. The fact that there are things around that need to be understood is absolutely clear in my mind. We have to understand. But this is a process of undermining us, believe it or not. And the more complicated it sounds, the more we become undermined from the simple thing we need to accomplish. We need to become better people while we are here in this materium. And if later on we become enlightened and live to be 1 trillion years old, like some ET out there, well, so be it. But right now we have issues we cannot be diverted from. And this is a mental, so to speak, this stuff, while the Ratzinger does the real thing under the cloak. Yes, The Clif High does the mental stuff. So you have to get back to the basics, and that is what I said. You have to be kind and generous. Yes.